Hello everyone, welcome to the club. Thank you for coming to today's stream. I need to adjust this, sorry. There we go. I don't think that's quite close enough. There we go. Okay. Now you can probably hear me a little bit better. Welcome everyone. Oh, hello Fleet Admiral Seleknar. Looks like the... Why did that not work? Why did the fun will now commence? I never heard that come through. Suspicious. Here, I'll I'll run it for you once so we can have fun will now commence. There we go. Maybe.
Fun will now commence.
There it goes. What happened to it? I don't know. That's weird. I'll have to look at that and see if something in OBS got disconnected, but there you go. There's a Seleknar's sound alert because apparently it didn't work the first time. That's weird. Anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome Pope. I've already been on game today. I've already been on game today to do my daily so that I don't miss the event. Hey, where's that's pretty dense? What is going on? Oh wait, one of them worked. Why did that's pretty dense not work? Okay, we got a couple here. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate. Why did we not get that's pretty dense? It worked on my end. Let me see, maybe that one's broken. No?
That's pretty dense.
That was weird. Maybe it's something on the other end. I don't know. I don't know how this works. It hasn't seemed to have a problem. It's too dense to play. We also got our posture check, which I'm straightening up after leaning over and looking at stuff, and also my hydrate. Thank you everyone for the redeems. Oh my god. My throat feels so weird today, like my throat and nose, and I honestly, this is a terrible story that I probably shouldn't tell, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. So, I was at a con this weekend where somebody, I found out that somebody had confirmed COVID, and dealing with that now, but I wore a mask like the whole con, so the likelihood of me getting it is very low. And I had my rant in Discord. About things. They weren't wearing a mask. No, they were, like, most people there were not wearing a mask. I was one of a small handful of people wearing masks, and I assumed that most of them were probably in a similar boat that I was, where they either know somebody who's immunocompromised or they personally are immunocompromised, because there are like no masks, right? Which is pretty normal for conventions in my home state, so I'm not surprised. That's part of why I was like, I'm extra gonna wear a mask, because nobody else is going to, and people are gonna show up sick. But some people, other people got COVID, so out of like my abundance of caution, I was like, I'm gonna test for it. And because my throat and nose were feeling a little bit weird today, I was like, why do they feel weird? Like, is it just because, like, I know that I was exposed to COVID and now I'm, like, extra conscious of everything? Because my throat and nose, like, always hurt during the winter and during allergy season and any other time. Like, I just am used to a certain level of some bullshit going on back there. So, I was testing just in case, and I'm gonna test again, later tomorrow just to be sure. PSA to everyone if you didn't know, but if you do at home rapid tests, you are supposed to take 2 over the course of like 3 days or something. I don't know. It said this on the instructions, but if you're asymptomatic, you're supposed to do that to make sure, because false negatives can happen so often. But anyway, that's beside the point. But when I went to do the swab for this like at-home test, I guess it like set something really loose and I can breathe again. Like, I've been congested for the past like month and a half with all the storms we've been having, and suddenly I can like breathe today, but now it sucks because I feel like things are kind of draining into my throat, and I'm like, well, I guess that is why my nose and throat hurt earlier. That's all the detail I'm gonna give, because if I tell you what actually happened, it's really gross, but like, anyway. OMG, that feeling of a stuffy nose just disappearing. Yeah, it didn't completely disappear. It's more like it was slowly like draining. It's kind of still a little uncomfortable, but it's better than what I was having. Like, there's actually air coming out of both nostrils now, which is like a rare occurrence during the winter for me. So I'm like, well, this makes me feel better that maybe I hopefully did not catch COVID. Because here's the only reason why I'm worried about possibly have been catching COVID, is because I was taking my mask off a lot to eat, and I was like, what if I just inhaled it at the wrong time? But I'm feeling like I'm gonna be fine, but I'll keep the Discord updated as usual. Sounds like the Q-tip pushed on. The thing about the test swabs, though, is they're like narrower than a Q-tip, so I don't think a Q-tip would have done this, but it wasn't. The thing too is it wasn't like normal congestion either. Like, I'm kind of convinced there was like a blood clot up there or something that had just been hanging out for most of winter. 'Cause yeah. Anyway, endeavors. What am I gonna do today? I don't know. I know that we finally, I think, finished our engineering upgrade. We got this to do. Ah! I did get me some fleet marks earlier when I was doing my event. Let's go stonks. Okay. What are we gonna contribute? I have lots of duranium, trionium gas. Here, I'll do half and then leave the rest for someone else to get fleet credits if they need it. Since this one's easier to fill up than, there we go. Oh, this. Oh, this is winter event. What? I don't know what got slotted here. I'm not gonna mess with it, but best part about the event now is you can get bonus dilithium and turn into some Zen now. Yeah, it was really pissing me off that I had like an odd number of Zen, so I bought Zen to make it an even number. Okay, anyway. Just, you know, stay hydrated, friends. That will also help you this winter. Voluntold? Unfortunately, don't lie, you want to run Pathfinder games. Bye, see you later. What we doing here? God. No, I was thinking maybe I'd get a chance to do some TTRPG this past weekend, because I was at a specifically like board game and tabletop con. and I didn't get to play anything at all because I was running the exhibit that is the game we brought, but you know, it's super extra. To be fair, this will be my first Pathfinder game. Yeah, but it's the same, like, kind of concept. I don't know, oh my god, my brain has been like, I've done so much shit today. Yeah, I definitely think that, like, there was, like, a blood clot or something in my nose, because just, like, the way everything feels, like, raw now, but, like, clear. I do not like this one bit. I'm so sorry for this, really cursed TMI information. Definitely not the worst thing I think I've shared on here, but God. Yeah, so I only went to 3 out of 4 days too, because I was taking the public transit up there every day, and Utah's public transit is ass, so I literally was like, on the train. The train's fine. I like the train. I don't like the buses, and I had to take a bus to the convention center from the train station. Like, the buses are the bane of my existence. And it wasn't even, like, a bad bus. It was just, like, I don't like the bus. They make me, like, a little bit sick, and the train doesn't make me sick. So, yeah, not my favorite. But, you know, that was the only way I was getting there and not, like, losing my mind, because it snowed, and I was like, there's no way I'm driving, like, 45 minutes in the snow. God. Yeah, it was the Star Trek Battle Sim, but it's called Artemis. And it's interesting because I actually have been working with somebody outside the group who knows a lot about Artemis to see if it would be possible to, now don't get too excited, but to see if it would be possible to try to run a, like, community game of it through a remote server of some kind. That's something I've looked into. They're also coming out with a new version of it, like a 3.0 version at some point, and I don't know anything about that, but apparently they're going to be changing all of the mission scripts to Python, which is actually a programming language I'm familiar with. Currently they're in XML format, which is not, like, used at all anymore, because it's not technically a program, it's just, like, a list telling the game, like, what to pull up, I guess. So yeah, I've been talking to the group about, like, hopefully expanding my role and learning more about it, which, like, because I kind of want to show you guys it too. Like, honestly, if I ever end up, if I do actually end up writing a mission, I'll have to share it on stream, because, like, it'll be such a mood. I'm coming for you. I have shared that so many places at this point, and I don't even think most of the group even knows that I shared that everywhere. Nobody would be mad, it's just really funny. What the fuck? Oh, this is a good time to remind everybody that my mod applications are still open. Anyway, where was I? Something about the con. Oh yeah, I was also reading chat. Buses are filthy. Actually, they're not the worst, but they're not the best. Like, the bus the one day was different than the one the next day, and the one that had, like, carpeted seats definitely felt crusty, and I hated it. But yeah. So basically XML is the card with bullet holes. I don't know exactly how it works, but that kind of sounds right. I'm not a programmer for a reason. The only reason that I know Python is because it was required to get one of my degrees. So yeah, it's certainly something, and I'm kind of excited about it, but I'm also like, this means like they're gonna have to rewrite all the XML mission scripts like into Python, so I don't know if like I'll get a chance to pitch my ideas or not. We'll see. So they're going to announce a new Lower Deck ship tonight on 10 Forward Weekly. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have not been keeping up on shit. I've barely been keeping up on my dailies in game recently. Like, it's been so chaotic, and I'm actually moving in literally like less than 2 weeks. Like a couple days short from 2 weeks. So this is like a lot right now. Bet either Obena or the Texas, they mostly do the Fed ships. When filling out the application, do I use my government issued name or my Twitch Discord name? Whatever you want. I don't need to know your government name. I'm not background checking people. I'm just making sure that nobody's sus. Which is why there's some really weird questions on there, but just like humor me and just answer them. The vast majority of my audience is not gonna be like the people that those questions are targeting. So I kind of figure if you're in my Discord and you agree to my rules, then you probably are like going to be the kind of person that would be a good mod anyway. Just cause it's like I just don't, there's a certain type of like fan that unfortunately like I'm like afraid will like invade my community and like make people sad, and I'm like, I don't want anybody to be sad. But what about the, you know, the suspicious circumstances of the disco cancellation? Don't think anybody wants to talk about this sad fact, but you know. What do I still have? New, I guess engineering. Science is still like over. Let's see. Just like there's so many categories that I have like maxed out, and then others it's like I have nothing. Is medical? No, medical's still good. I can do lots of medical. Way too soon. No, my thing is like initially, okay, so I had to look more into it because when it first came out, I was like, oh, okay, so they're ending it after 5 seasons. I didn't realize that they literally had like everything done for season 5, and they were gonna have to go back to reshoot to make an ending because nobody saw the ending coming. I'm like, suspicious, but okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, yeah. So that's why I was like bringing it up, because I was like, does everybody know the tea? Because it's kind of ridiculous that this keeps happening even in today's day and age, where like I think part of it is like, in one way I'm like, okay, so it makes room for another spinoff, but also if you look at it in context of Paramount is trying to make budget cuts in general because their streaming service isn't doing as well as they hoped. My thing is like, this is part of the problem with every single company having their own streaming service. Like, they all branched off from like the few big ones, and now it's like we're probably, I think in the next 5 years or so, probably going to see like a consolidation again. Now, which ones will survive, I don't know. My guess is Disney Plus will probably be one of the ones that will just start eating some of the others. Because we've already kind of seen like with the partnership between Disney and Hulu, it's really easy to like get that bundle and have all of that for actually a lower price than some of these others that have their own service that are just like constantly I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Like, it's, as somebody who was in, like, I went to film school, right? So I know some of the inside stuff about the industry, but none of it could have prepared me for the none of it could have prepared me for, like, the fact that so much of film just rides on corporations and what corporations want to give money to, right? I want to do aerobics. We haven't had a good, like, Trek news discussion in a while, so I'm fine with this this little gathering. Oh yeah, I've got most all of the dances now. Anyway. So yeah, like, I didn't watch the Halo series because I don't know anything or really care about Halo. My thing is, like, my issue is that people are only subscribed to Paramount Plus for Star Trek. So why would you, like, screw over your Star Trek series and the creators involved in them? Because literally, that makes no sense to me from a business standpoint. Like, I know that, like, I know why they did it, but it also doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it does, but it doesn't. Because it makes sense from a cost-cutting standpoint, but it doesn't make sense from a long-term, yeah, this might not be the channel for you, unfortunately, because we are, a lot of us anyway, are pretty big, Discovery fans over here. So, also I personally feel like, I personally feel like Star Trek exists as, like, a, it's always been, like, a reflection of the current climate of the world and everything, like, from day one. So I feel like it's only right that that stuff is included in Star Trek. And I think that it's important to also have a discussion about it. As like, is, if you're not, and see, I'm happy to have this conversation as long as nobody's gonna be, like, offensive about it, you know? And I mean, like, offensive, like, start making, you know, statements that are, you know, gonna, like, actually upset people here. But yeah, that's, I'm not saying you did anything. I'm just putting that out there, because this can get into some interesting territory. And I think last time I really discussed this, it made some people really mad, but I don't really care. This is my channel, so I'm gonna say what I want. Basically, I feel like the role of science fiction in general society. I wrote like a whole, like, artistic statement on this back when I was in college for when I was making my capstone film, which will probably never see the light of day because it ended up terrible because of the pandemic, and I just don't want to go back and look at it. So my thing is that I think that science fiction is one of those mediums that is really, it's a way to discuss things without always having to have, like, that really harsh real world element that I think can sometimes dissuade people from talking about serious issues. So, like, I know for me, when I've discussed things, like, I've actually found a lot more common ground with people over Star Trek and its issues than I have over, you know, just randomly bringing up, like, real world political things and stuff, you know? Because I know, like, I don't want to be too specific here, but, like, because these are people I know in real life, so this is, like, a personal topic. But I know, like, for me, it's like I've been able to find that discussing Star Trek with people who don't agree with me politically is actually a way to kind of help people understand like why certain issues are a thing. Like, for example, like queer issues, LGBT issues, those can be, there's a lot of things in Trek that, even though things are not explicitly said, like there's a lot of things in Trek that can help guide that discussion with people who don't have the language yet to discuss that issue respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, I know that for me as a queer person, the outcast is very uncomfortable, but I feel like for people who are not queer, the outcast is a really important teaching moment. So it's like there's been stuff like that all throughout the history that I think are really important. And I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought right now. I always do this all the time. I'm also trying to look at the chat. My thing though is, it's like, if you look at for example, like if you look at basically all of the Trek that Rick Berman was at the forefront of, there was, and if anybody hasn't seen the Berman Trek video on YouTube, I highly recommend it. You can look up Berman Trek and it will show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look up that and you look at that thing, it's like there was a lot of hope that Star Trek in that era, in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, would include more LGBT representation. And we just like barely got that more explicitly in Discovery, because the thing is, we're moving to a point where these issues do need to be discussed in our media, or because there's a certain point where you can't have everything be metaphor. You can have some things be metaphor, but you get to a point where you do really need to represent the population in your media. And because this should not be the way it is, but unfortunately just having a queer person in your show often becomes some sort of statement that the company feels like they're making, because it's still like so politicized. You can't really have it not be political. You know what I mean? But you know, that's not our fault that people politicize our identities and everything. That's the like society's fault, you know? I need to go do something. Oh, let's go do Tholians. Why would I not do Tholians? I might switch to Vatra and do some story, but I'm gonna go to Nakara right now. If anybody wants to follow. Yeah, I agree with Pope and Markter Chief. Also, so thank you, Slagner, for filling out my application. I don't have many applications, but I'm hoping to get more, so we can have our own little secret chat room where we just I'm kidding. There's no weird secret chat room. It would just be for discussions. Okay. Where am I going? Right, I was going to Nakara. Can I transwarp to Nakara? I don't think so. I don't think I can. I think this is close, though. Yeah, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for I can't speak for anybody else in the chat, but like I said, the conversation is allowed to continue until it gets out of hand. If it gets out of hand, then I'll have to shut it down. But so far it's been fine, I think. There we go. All right, Tholian killing time. But yeah, going back to my initial point about Discovery, I feel like Discovery has done, I feel like honestly Discovery could have done more. Not just in terms of like representation and things like that. So I think that like there are criticisms to be made of Discovery, like valid ones, but I feel like a lot of it is, why is auto travel not working again? This happens all the time. Come on. There it is. Okay. Sorry, that was throwing me off. But yeah, so I think the direction Discovery went was interesting. Like I said, I felt weird about it at first, but I honestly think that with all the new stuff they introduced, I don't think at all they could have really changed, like, I don't think they really could have ended, well, not ended it, but like ended the 23rd century era of Discovery any other way, because the ship had to be gone, because obviously not everybody's running around with a spore drive, and how they worked it into the future was really interesting as well. But like I said, I feel like there were some characters that I wanted to see explored that were not explored as much. And like I said, I do have criticisms of the show, but I think overall the show is very good. But I also do love that it gave us the wonderful Strange New Worlds and all that. Yeah, like I said, I think they only could have ended it two ways. Either the ship blows up or the ship goes away some other way. So the fact that it went away and nobody can talk about it, which is kind of unfortunate for the people who were, you know, close to the crew members. And I liked that they included that part of it too, and that, like, it's kind of this interesting thing where it really shows a interesting, like, deeper bond between, like, Pike and Spock. So it's really, I don't know, there's just some really good moments on the show, and I just, like, every time I think about Discovery, I try to think about those. Because again, I think that they could have done so much better, because they flesh out these characters, but then they don't flesh out the characters. It's a weird spot. Like, I love the ensemble aspect of Star Trek when it comes to the casts, and I feel like there's some of that where Discovery nails it in some areas and doesn't nail it in other areas, because there are, like, some characters that don't get as much attention, kind of, which is natural, but also, like, then, like, why are they there if we're gonna, I don't know. I honestly felt like 23rd Century Disco is very much at a disadvantage. Season 1 was a bit of a mess, and the CGI at times. Yeah, so yeah, I think I agree in some points, because I think that, again, it's like they're some of it fit and then some of it didn't quite, but it's like taking it into the future era, I think really gave the characters more room to grow and kind of gave us more of that, like, family feel. It reminded me actually very much of Voyager, which the cast dynamic on Voyager is actually one I really like. It's like, look, I know people are gonna just start roasting Voyager, but I like that element of Voyager. You know, they're brought together by circumstances, and they have to deal with each other and all that. So, come on, there we go. Oh, my last Tholian. Take him out. Okay. Going back to the base camp now. There's a lot of people get Tholian Endeavor today. Disco gave us Pike. That's all that matters. Look, you're so right. I love Pike. I did not. That is actually something that's funny about Disco, because I didn't expect. Like, I didn't expect Disco to make me love Pike. Like, when they said that Pike was gonna be there, I was like, oh look, like, I see what they're trying to go for, but I didn't expect to like the character. I expected the character to try to be like, I don't know, like, making people just thirst for Pike now, because the original Pike wasn't very thirst-worthy. But I was pleasantly surprised. I love Pike now. So it's kind of interesting, because now, like, now I can't watch the menagerie without getting sad. Anyway. Oh no, I see the thirsty commentary. If the second season was more of the Terran stuff and season 1 could be the entire Klingon War, I felt like the messiness would have been cleaned up a bit more. Yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know, I could see that take. Voyager, honestly, Disco has always felt like New Trek's TNG first 2 seasons aren't the best. Oh yeah, for sure, I feel that as well. I think that, what was I saying? I think that the first season being rough, like, I feel like at this point, I just expect Star Trek first seasons to be rough. And I think that judging Discovery by its first season is a mistake that a lot of people have made. Because it's like, now we have multiple seasons, so it's like, you can go back and watch it, and we just don't have, like, season 1 is the only thing we've been given so far. I do think that because of the streaming, like, because of how the industry has changed and such, I think that there is more of a need to focus on the first season more. So it is kind of unfortunate that it was weaker. Though my thing is that's like, I didn't hate either of them. So I don't know. But I think that it gave us a really good cast dynamic and stuff, because I feel like, because TNG's also really good for, like, the you know, crew ensemble as, like, a family type thing, but it's like, it's not the same circumstances as throwing them out in the middle of nowhere where they have nobody else but each other, you know? So to me, that's the difference, and that's why I said Voyager over TNG, but I also see the TNG comparison. I think in ultimately the fact that it can be compared to these other shows, well, actually shows that it's great Trek, you know? Oh god. Not the Pike commentary. Look, I mean, I actually need to, I feel like I need to look at, his Pike again. His hairstyle is just so weak compared to the new Pike. Like, come on. Like, poof it up. Let's go. His hair's just not good enough. It's not tall enough. Oh my god. I don't know. He's not bad looking if you ignore the weird sweater uniforms I don't like, but like, I don't know on this one. I guess what we can appreciate him is, like, he has the really, like, strong commanding type, like, facial structure that I think is probably why he was cast. He really does look like a captain, like a and this is, like, a little bit of, like, a stereotype, but he looks like a you know, commanding presence on the bridge is in terms of, like, the 60s standards, I would think. So that's probably why he was cast. So I can see that, but I just don't thirst. I can't. It's like the though then again, there's a lot of there's a lot of the TOS characters I wouldn't really thirst for in their original forms, because just some of the choices on that show were interesting. You know, the woman though, all the women, yes. Strange New Worlds season 1 was fire. I 100% agree. Strange New Worlds like broke the curse that Trek has had for years and years of terrible first seasons, and we need more of that. Like, please. I don't think, unpopular opinion, I don't think season 1 of Picard was terrible either, though. I think that, I feel like I expected more from it, but I still don't think it was bad. The disappointment was that I think the middle of season 2 kind of dragged a little bit, in Picard, so by comparison, season 1 looked a little bit better, because I didn't feel like season 1 dragged as much. But season 3 is gonna be their peak. Like, Picard's like on the upswing, which just makes me so happy, because that's what I think it deserves before it ends. New Trek shows in general could be allegories to old Trek. Yeah, there's a lot of like there's a lot of comparisons that can be made, and I think the really good ones have pulled inspiration from like different elements, but that's like a really deep cut, I feel like. No, I don't want to do. I want to go play my Romulan. Wait a second, the only first seasons of Trek shows to be great are all TOS era. Yeah, you're right there. I feel like TOS is just so interesting because, like, it's the first one, so I feel like you can't always judge it the same way that you can the other ones, because it was so just new. Like, it was a completely new kind of concept. It was different than other things on TV at the time, and it was just so incredibly groundbreaking from a society standpoint that I don't think you can compare it, because it's like, I mean, there were some bad episodes of season 1, but everything was so like wrapped up in its own like neat little story that I think that I honestly think that when you have serialized TV, I think it's honestly a little bit more obvious when a season is bad than it is in like back in the day when everything was episodic. Except for TNG being the exception, because they were just so stiff and uncomfortable. I was reading a story the other day, so I have been obsessed with this series on YouTube called Star Trek Intakes. They are so fucking funny. Most of them are TNG, but I think there's some other ones as well. They are hilarious. And I have just been like following them so closely. I have been obsessed. Shit, I didn't want to do that. I'll just leave it. Oh, finally. Hell yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, I've been watching intakes, and I was reading some of the comment sections that sometimes people will point out things, and I'll go and search for them, and I can't find them because somebody was talking about how apparently in a panel sometime someone was telling a story about how Patrick Stewart used to be like the most serious one on set, and everybody would like everybody else would like mess around a little bit, and he would just like not be down for it. But then suddenly one day, and they said it was during the Tasha Yar funeral scene, and he I guess like supposedly one day just one day he supposedly just like started like prancing around the set and singing The Sound of Music. And I was like, I want to find a clip of like this story, but I can't find it. So I assume it's something somebody said at a convention. I was like, because they're like, yeah, once like once they broke him, like he was just the worst. But I know that that's been said before, is like once Patrick Stewart broke, like he was the worst, because you can see some of the stuff he did in some of those outtakes where he'd just like make this face. God, they're so fucking funny. Oh no, they're too good. Oh my god. Prodigy season 1 wasn't bad either. Yeah, Prodigy is also good. Though it's interesting because no, and Lower Decks wasn't bad either. Lower Decks wasn't bad either. So maybe the animated shows are an exception. The animated shows always have a good season 1. Let's not jinx that, because next animated show they give us is probably gonna have a bad season 1 now. Okay, where am I going? I know that I was doing something. I just finished Gamma Arc, and I was gonna start Age of Discovery, I think. Hell yeah, let's go hang out with Lorca Cursed. Oh yeah, I have my own opinions on Axanar, and none of them have to do with the film itself. They have everything to do with what the unfortunate circumstances around that film led to for the rest of the fan film community. Because I actually got roped into possibly doing some fan film stuff with a group over the weekend. Somebody was talking to me about it. I was like, interesting. Yeah, but let's try to not get sued, please, God. Season 2 of TNG is definitely underrated. The uniforms suck. God, no, the uniforms, like, honestly, I think, like, TNG uniforms are interesting because I like the look of them after they changed the cursed things about them, but I feel like they don't look comfortable at all. Because even after they changed him, you still had, like, every time he stood up, like, Card's adjusting his shirt every time. I was like, how annoying. But, you know, at least they weren't having, you know, back problems, because, yeah. And I love me some good spandex, but whatever that was not good spandex. Like, you can't have something be so tight that, it just, like, that people can't move in it, because it doesn't feel practical for people who are doing a job that requires them to move around. His bloopers, though. Brent Spiner also has some really good bloopers. They all have so many good ones. The funniest... The funniest ones are when Brent Spiner, like, stays in character. God, oh, they're so funny. The guidelines, I think that partially led to the creation of Orville. Yeah, and I'm talking about, though, that the guidelines did kill a couple of projects that I was really looking forward to. Now I don't support those projects anymore because of the people involved, but there was a really, really good series that had to stop production because of the new fan film guidelines, and so it really killed a lot of stuff. And again, I looked into it a lot, and I don't expect people to do the amount of, like, just absolutely wild research that I've done, but from what I can understand, it's like there were a lot of things that led to that didn't need to happen, and it's very unfortunate. The TNG scant uniform is the best. Like, because the scant uniform would basically, like, remove the issue they were having with the jumpsuits and the spandex, because you wouldn't have, like, the, you would have more freedom down at the bottom, you know? I think we should bring back scants, like, in all the Trek shows. There's, like, why is there not... There should always be a scant. That should be, like, a tradition now. But it probably won't be, because... cowards. Remember, there's a blooper of data collapsing. Yes, that one. That's one of the ones that they did in intakes, and it's really fucking funny. Oh my god. So good. TNG scan looks cursed. I mean, I think that it could be improved upon, but it's still pretty good. It's a good look on everyone. Thirsty commentary. Which Momo? Twice Momo? It's Santa, so I don't know. TNG is just so good. Look, that's why I had to check. Oh my god. We're just gonna do a twice member every time I stream. Okay, god. No, I got this is funny you bring this up because I got Momo fan cams earlier on Instagram today. And oh, another hydrate as well. But no, I was like, I mean, I admire all of the twice members in different ways, but like Momo is just so good. Momo's like probably my third or fourth favorite, probably. And she looks so good in so many outfits too. Like, I don't understand how it's possible. She just always looks good.
This is the Shinano. Advise keeping shields up.
Okay.
Cloaked Klingon vessels are still testing our defenses.
I'm still working on how to build this,
Want our shields down for long.
Damn it. Not the fucking massive compiler! This thing turns like the worst. I keep forgetting that I need to put a turn rate console on it.
Don't want our shields down
The
for long.
compiler is too dummy thick.
Awesome.
I really like the compiler, but I don't like the way it moves. So like for me, I need to add some shit to this build. Like yeah, right now I have like buff consoles. I need desperately need turn consoles. But I haven't gotten any yet. Come on. Come on.
This is Commander Ellen Landry of the USS. The captain has requested.
Alright. Cool. No, we'll do the tactical.
Nice to finally meet you face to face.
Oh my god, I forgot I
Captain
was...
Gabriel.
I forgot my tune was wearing the con top still.
Commander Ellen Landry.
Sorry.
My god.
Schaefer. He was one of our best.
Agreed. A damn fine.
Well, there's this Momo that looks like a red demon. Oh no.
Shit's in good hands. Ah, and my somewhat tardy chief of security, Amna Patel.
Apologies, Captain. Welcome aboard. We appreciate the assistance.
Engineering's this way, if you'll follow me.
I love...
What took you so long?
You
I
tried
love
booking
them.
a reception hall during prime wedding season. I'm lucky to be alive.
I love them so much. This is my favorite part about the disco. I am not ready to play through this. But I said on my Romulan, I'm playing everything in order.
We've been mopping up here after our scrap with the Klingons.
No, I think I remember that I've played this on stream before, and I was like,
Cleaning up the planet-based missile launchers.
God. This is like the arc where it makes me so mad that you don't really have like any bearing on the story. I'm gonna wear something more normal.
Is currently holding some
I've been in the con outfit for a while.
prisoners we plan to
Welcome in, everyone. You're just in time for...
Lieutenant Kerwin, I have someone I'd like you to meet.
Thanks for
I
letting
mean, caught up is normal.
taking a look at something here.
It was funny during the Gamma Quadrant arc, but...
The virus is
okay. Oh, we're doing something. I can't see this very well. Why is it red on red? Damn it. I wish every minigame was as fun as Omega Particle minigame.
If the virus tries to lock out a weapon, it should still work.
Yeah, I can't see the red outline very well on a background that has
Nice work. Tactical will need to make adjustments,
Oh.
but that should block the virus.
on a background that's like red and yellow. It's like plays tricks on my eyes.
What the? We just lost port deflectors.
It's like I'm not colorblind, but some colors just do not like my eyes.
I'm on my way.
Captain, internal sensors show
Like they cause strain and are hard to
All
read.
hands, repel boarders.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, I don't like the triangle minigame. I really like Omega Particle, but that's only because I'm really good at it.
Walk to the bridge. We need those shields back. No, I think it's time.
Chief, get us to the
And
armor.
then,
On it.
oh, no. The waveform scanning minigame really isn't anything,
Captain, just sit there.
though.
We have wounded on deck 17.
We're on our way, Captain.
Take one of these.
Radiation scan is usually a little bit easier too, like the one with the square waves.
Bridge to Captain. The Klingon.
Walk to the bridge. If not,
Our disco phaser rifle now. Landry. God, I love. Right now I'm just thinking about their lovely relationship though. Though Landry is pretty thirst-worthy too. Both of them are. God, like, I just. I love women. Oh, I love women. Oh my god, I remember when I first saw this and I was like, why would they do this to me?
Dell, need a hand with this.
There's no time. Captain, you need to go.
That's not how we operate, Commander. We don't leave people behind.
Lorca's just so... Lorca's just so, like, buff. He's just gonna lift that up. Drag her out from under. Oh, them! Ah!
Fortunately, the captain had other ideas.
Nice shot back there. Our backs.
We need to move.
God, she looks so good.
No, I'll manage. It's not as bad as it looks.
Oh my god. 1/3 of the way to the best redeem. Oh no.
Bridge to Captain. Shuttle bay access is locked, and the hangar doors are starting to open.
It's that damned Klingon virus again.
Bridge, this is the captain. Prepare the tractor beam in case we fail.
Oh, shit. Onward.
Damn, it's even in the door systems. I'll handle this. Bam! Got it!
Oh yeah, that was the thing too, is on this mission arc.
Not today. Not
Is this ever confirmed that this is Prime Lorca in this mission arc?
You'll have to get through me first.
Cause I feel like it kind of is not sus enough to be Mirror Lorca, but
Lorca to bridge. The prisoners are
Dev
secure.
says so. The switch happens in the next mission, I think.
Some
Oh,
vessels just went under cloak.
so at some point it is Mirror
Count on it.
Lorca.
We need to get the Klingon
Because that's the thing that
prisoners
confused me, is because there was the...
We can't risk dropping our shields to use the transport. All right, these Klingons wanted to ride in a shuttle.
Well, because he had like the eye issues in the show, so it's like, but he like got those in this arc. I don't know, it's really like confusing, but it's also like so fun, you know? Today I found the most adorablest video of Geo as a toddler. You should send it to me.
My team will handle the excellent.
I don't know, I feel like even just before debut, they look like babies to me. They're all so young. I'm like, wow, I was not this cute when I was young.
Good, you made it.
All ships, decloak and renew the
Oh shit. Well, I can't move very well.
This is the Shinano. We are under heavy fire and need assistance.
Moran to Cicada. Move to support the Shinano.
Acknowledge, Baran. Maneuvering to support position.
Damn it.
You fight well, Star. No wreck up your back like a fine.
Did I just run into it? I ran into an asteroid. Oh my god. Have you seen Diane's Eagle Dance? Yes, I've seen Diane's Eagle Dance. That was like one of the ways I was introduced to twice.
Circle the wagons. Watch out for each other, and we'll get through this.
The harder you fight, the greater my glory.
At one point, I think like me and some people I don't really hang out with anymore, like we were gonna do like we're gonna do a video where we just like did a recreation of the Eagle Dance just because. But unfortunately it never happened. Technically it still could. Oh god. There we go.
Nice work, Captain.
I was like, where's the enemies?
Finish with us. I'm sure that'll.
This is Landry. As you've seen, the destination is class.
I don't disagree. I'd like to send Commander Land. Oh, and one last thing.
He's like, you cannot have her. I think the thing... See, I personally don't follow survival shows
The team is on
closely.
board, Captain.
like
With your
at all.
permission, I'll take the
I think that there's
I know
just
the
like
way after all.
back when I was like way younger, like under 12, I think I was like really obsessed with American Idol as a show, and I think like I didn't realize until I was much older like how toxic even that show would become. So for me with like the K-pop survival shows, I just think they breed so much toxicity, and a lot of the times the fandoms will kind of like they'll kind of like egg on the toxicity that is happening in the show, and so it's like the producers see that and it's like, of course they're not going to stop being toxic if you just like think that it's like funny or like somebody deserves it or something like that. I just watched a few other clips. Yeah, I've seen a lot of clips of 16, but like I didn't watch it at all. But I do know about like all the shit that they told Jihyo about like her like that she was like fat or something. Like they literally like a lot of times like even like the fans would call her fat. And I was like looking at this woman, I was like, there's no way. Like none of the Twice members were ever like fat. And like I'm not saying that is like fat being a bad word. Like fat's not a bad word. We should neutralize the term fat. However, it is a descriptor that does not apply to any member of Twice. Even like Jungyoung now, I don't think you can like apply that descriptor really. Because it's like she's just, you know, like she has body fat, but you know, people are supposed to have body fat.
We've arrived at the coordinates.
You're awaiting.
That he did. Very.
You're cleared for.
Okay. All right, I forgot about the prison break. I guess this one's not really a prison break, it's...
A word? It's about Warden Foster. Serving here allows my team has the prisoners...
It's just another suspicious prison, as usual. Yeah, I just mean, like, there should never have been any... There should have never been any comments about Wei directed towards Jihyo, because she literally was like,
I'm Hadrian Foster.
she was like just fine. Even for like K-pop standards, I feel like she didn't look out of place, you know? Like, it's ridiculous.
Wrapping it up now, sir. Medical scans and contraband search all came back in the green. Warden, there's
We have our orders.
Fine. Got a nice cell waiting for you, Mokai. Move!
I'm not sure leaving the prisoners here with him is wise, Commander.
Well, we don't have anything to say about it.
Back there.
I hate this guy so much.
For our prisoners, Hadrian.
He's such a
Nothing the Admiralty hasn't offered.
he's such a fucking ass.
Johnson here. Operations reports a malfunction in primary systems and recommends a reboot.
Johnson, contact engineering. And keep an eye on things until I'm finished.
Come on.
Oscar to engineering.
Write it down.
The bridge to isolation is acting
Oh.
up. Fix it. Now. Fine. Now deal with these malfunctions.
Understood, sir. Wait.
I'm bad at this game.
Sir, the primary deflector grid just went off.
God, same though. Oh God.
Johnson, initiate full lockdown. Get those shields back up now.
I should rephrase that. I'm not super bad at this game, but I don't care necessarily about being good at this game. I'm just here for the vibes. Keep losing my ship every time. Yeah, I think like it's pretty usual, I would say, to die a lot, so I definitely wouldn't feel too bad about it, honestly. If you ever need like build tips or anything on how to maybe not die. I know a lot of people in chat could definitely give tips if you wanted them at all.
We need to think of an alternative.
This mission.
That doesn't sound good. We need to get out of here right now. Let me help
We
you.
love Landry.
Hurry.
You don't have time for this. Let him fall. He's just a Klingon.
We are Starfleet. Since you've obviously forgotten, that is not how we operate.
Whatever. Let's get moving.
The fact that he just stares down at him.
I don't have time for this.
And pre-ordered the new Twice album on iTunes. Nice. Going back around. Oh God. Okay, let's... There we go. Ah, where's my... I keep losing my cursor on the screen today. Still want to get the Dark Knight's Death Metal album on vinyl record. I've never got into vinyl anything because I don't have anything to play them on.
Relax. His new home's right over here. And he's gonna be here a very long time.
Oh, I'm starting my yawning early, it seems.
I believe you have something that
Mommy.
He's not going anywhere, lady. I'm gonna...
And he's gone.
You were saying, if only you had shields to block our transporters. Our paths cross once again. If only I had the time to end you. Like I ended your captain.
You two know each other?
Is that thirsty commentary for Jula? Jula is like that unexpected thirst that like you see and you're like, oh, there's no way, and then you see her in action and then yeah. Mommy Jula. Also, most of the Klingons are mommy.
do your job, idiots.
Sometimes I just wish we could just let this guy get shot and we didn't need him.
Son of a... Ah, disruptors hurt. Do your job, idiots.
Kind of deserves to get a couple stray blasts, you know?
Son of a...
For being the worst.
Disruptors hurt. Do your job, idiots.
Was there a way to fix your companion's aim, mine, or trash? You mean the bridge officers? Cause, no, they, they are just kind of there. Mine die a lot, no matter how good of gear I put on them. Honestly, the big reason I feel like bridge officers, like, on missions, like, you really shouldn't rely on them for a ton of your damage. But what you can... Oh my god, they keep running past me! What was I saying about bridge officers? Oh. Oh no, I have a call coming in that I really shouldn't miss, but I'll have to call back in a little bit. Ah. I'm like, oh, that's important. I'll call him back later. I'm in the middle of something. I'll take a quick stream break after the mission, after this mission is over. Bridge officers are the stormtroopers of Star Trek. God. But no, I feel like the main purpose they serve is kind of to draw fire away from you, so enemies have something else to target. I don't like to rely on them for a ton of damage. Though it is good to keep them in gear that will keep them from dying quite as fast, ideally, but I wouldn't like pour a ton of resources in it, especially at the beginning.
Captain, it's just like how did it click? Of course. Fortunately, maybe.
Like, you mostly want to look at the abilities they have, cause you want to make sure you at least have like a good healer. And then other than that, you know, whatever, they kind of suck anyway.
Shouldn't beat yourself. All right.
Jaula Tatapip Attach. We have what we need. Leave the prison for the rest. Hey, to Schmidt! They will jump!
I mainly bring medics and engineers. Yeah, that's mostly what I do too. Sometimes, like,
Captain,
on this one I bring Tovan Kev a lot just because he looks so funny running around. I put him in a cute little outfit.
Shields have failed.
I added some of these new abilities I got from Reputation, and I don't even know what they do. Oh, never mind. Too late. That one died. There they are. No, leave me alone! Fucking defense satellites, this mission. I feel like this is one where I've died several times because I don't stay out of the way of the satellites that are taken over. You know what? Let's transform. This is my favorite part. Let's go. Hell yeah. Give him the zap. Hell yeah. The Lorca switch is supposed to take place while we're here at the prison, by the way. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I wondered that for like years, literally. Like, when does the Lorca switch happen? So we should be getting close to first contact day soon, right? Oh, I love first contact day. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. Cause I can't make my fun cocktail because I can't drink.
We've lost the attachment here. All ships withdraw.
At least I shouldn't drink. Somebody who takes my same medication tried to say, oh yeah, you can drink on that. I was like, yeah, but like, should you? I think we pick up Mirror Lorca when he's stranded in an escape pod, right? Oh, that would make sense. I don't quite remember. Most of my time on this mission, I'm just all like following the the subplot. Let's go. Oh no, they all died. No, I was looking forward to zapping them. This is fine. I guess I'll just use my speed to get back here. Oh my god.
Good news, Captain.
Okay. Kerwin here. All right, let's go.
Tactical simulation. Well done. I find the insight we gain on both the Federation and the Klingon.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Data acquired from the Prior's world tactical.
Oh, this is where we get this fun jacket. I'm not gonna do this one today. Apparently I have to return this phone call before they close. But yeah, it looks like we got some, we're getting some fun updates tonight, so that should be fun. Oh yeah, I went to see someone that I follow that usually is playing STO, and it says, they said STO servers are down since when? Maybe it's console? I don't know. Clearly I'm online! What's going on? Oh. Oh, well, just PS5. Oh, interesting. I thought this person was a PC player. Guess I don't know shit. This is fine. I don't know. Who we got on here? I feel like I've been seeing like less and less STO streamers actually like online all the time. There used to be so many, and now it's like I think a lot of it is because people have moved over to YouTube, which I consider doing all the time, but the problem is it's just like you get, you know, I'm getting scraps from Twitch, but it's better than like no monetization, because I would not meet the requirements for YouTube monetization right now, which is kind of annoying. But I'm like, I don't know. Ah! If I were to stream on YouTube, it'd be as like a bonus, probably. I don't know. I never know what to do with myself, my streaming. Just here for the vibes. But yes, thank you so much everyone for joining me for this little adventure. I don't enjoy watching YouTube streams. And see, yeah, that's very fair too, because I like the layout of Twitch. There's just like things that I don't like about the platform, and a lot of them have to do with the way that they like treat their creators. However, I don't think that any of the current platforms are any better, in my personal opinion. So I have no plans to switch. I just said I think about it sometimes, for sure. So yeah, it's just a little sad because I feel like there's never anybody on STO online anymore. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. I still have my mod applications open if anyone else is interested in perhaps applying. What else? I do have a schedule this week. I forgot to post it before the stream, so I'll be doing that. You can join my Discord for my weekly schedules, and I also post them on Twitter and or Tumblr, depending on what's going on. But yes, thank you everyone. I really appreciate everyone coming. Stick around for the raid.